What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt Taville with Counterpunch Boxing News. Top of the morning to everybody. I have a theory, okay? A what if, basically. Not a theory, but a what if. Do you guys know how jacked up the heavyweight division would have been if that punch from Daniel Dubois would have actually been deemed or ruled as legal and Oleksandr Usyk couldn't continue? Hence, Daniel Dubois being the next heavyweight champion of the world. Well, it would have been bad because that happened in the 5th round. And it ended in the 5th round. So you would have saw what the flaws were mentally for Daniel Dubois. You wouldn't have knew him being stopped by a jab or ducking a few punches in the 7th round, or was it the 8th? I think it was the 7th. And he just like took a squatting knee, kind of similar like he did with Kevin Ledena, right? We wouldn't have saw any of that. All we would have saw is, oh man, Usyk's a tough guy. He's a small heavyweight, but he can't take body shots. That would have been the narrative. And I don't even really know if it would have been a rematch, but even if it would have been, because I believe he had a rematch clause, right? But even if it would have been, you know, and he would have beat Dubois in the 2nd fight, the Tyson Fury fight wouldn't have happened because Tyson Fury doesn't believe in fighting losers. You know, he lets other fighters, or he'll take the credit by legitimacy by not fighting those fighters because other fighters have beat those other guys. You know, Floyd did the same thing, you know. I'm fighting Shane Mosley. Vernon Forrest effed you up, right? So he's like Tyson's like that. So, you know, and even if he didn't have a contract or a rematch clause in his contract, the heavyweight division would have been like bad. You know what I mean? It would have been to a point because probably the next fighter that Daniel Dubois would have fought, if it wasn't a hand-picked Frank Warren fighter from Queensberry world, would have beat him. And all the belts would have changed hands over and over again, and maybe the IBF would have kind of, you know, found a way to get out because, you know, that may be happening soon with the IBF. So, you know, it would have been bad for boxing all the way around. You know what I mean? Because, see, Turki Al-Sheikh came in to boxing, and everything was popped off, or everything started, you know, with Turki, with Francis Ngannou versus Tyson Fury. Now, that's when he took over, and he hasn't stopped since. But Daniel Dubois winning that, you would have more than likely had a Tyson Fury-Dubois fight. Tyson Fury would have boxed Dubois to victory, you know what I mean? Or he might have stopped him if Dubois decided to quit again, or, you know what I mean? But he wouldn't have got that bag as a quitter, right? Not necessarily like he did with Usyk, because he would have stopped Usyk in the 5th round, right? So he would have fought Tyson, and Tyson would have did something that Usyk couldn't do. So, you know, you would have never seen a Tyson Fury versus Usyk. That fight would have been exactly where Tyson wanted it to be, on the back burner. So, yeah, it would have been bad. And based on what we've seen in hindsight from Daniel Dubois, sure, Daniel Dubois showed up and showed out against Jarrell Miller. But, you know, thinking of Daniel Dubois, the way he responded to Jarrell Miller, we could tell that he's not publicly ready for the task. He's not that ideal marketable fighter, you know what I mean? Just based on his timing, his lack of conversation and interest. You know, he's just kind of like, he's real shy, I think. And we would have saw all of that, like, yeah, I'm very happy, you know. And I'm like, okay, Akeem. But, you know what I mean? So it would have been bad on so many levels had Daniel Dubois beat Oleksandr Usyk. You know what I mean? But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about this. What if Daniel Dubois would have actually beat Oleksandr Usyk? Where would it leave everyone else in the meantime? Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!